Hey there, folks. I am Charlotte, the Gulf Coast Granny, and I am here tonight to make some crocheted crock covers. Now, these are my old Crocs, and I cleaned them the best I could, but they've got some stains here and there, and they've got some places on the side. Let's see if you can see it over here. Let me where it's creased, and my cats have picked the rubbery substance. And I've had these things for years, and they're super thin on the bottom. I can feel rocks when I'm walking, but that's okay, because I love these shoes. I just love them. Hey, Terry. So tonight I'm going to crochet. I've already done the centerpiece, a cover for these Crocs. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to sewing them on, but I've got to make the little triangle that goes on this side and the one that goes on this side. And hopefully I can squeeze some more life out of these old Crocs that I absolutely adore. Now, I have another pair of Crocs that are on my feet, and they're kind of dirty right now, so I'm not going to show you those. Hey, God's Desire, how are you this evening? Um, So I'm still doing granny squares, but it's a different application, and hopefully I'll be able to do this right. I've never done this before, but I really think that I don't even know if I like those colors. I kind of don't think I do. So I might have to make another square. Anyhow, I downloaded a pattern today, and the lady who wrote the pattern used a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I don't even know what letter is attached to that, to be honest with you, with a 4-weight yarn. Well, I tried that, and it was near about impossible. God's Desire loves her Crocs too. There's no better shoe on the planet for comfort. Are they pretty? Not really, but I don't care. Don't care a bit. I'm going to wear them because they're comfortable, and they're an expensive shoe for what they are, and I just don't want to throw out shoes that have been picked by cats and stained and all of that just because they look bad. I mean, they already look kind of ugly, and we don't need them looking bad. So I thought if I covered them, then they would last a little longer. I could squeeze a little more out of that quarter that I spent. Hey, Needlecraft Creations, how are you this evening? Thanks for coming in tonight. I do too, God's Desire. I wear mine everywhere to almost every occasion. The only time I don't wear them, that's not true. I got a pair of dressy Crocs too. So I do need to get a pair of shoes that don't hurt my feet that I can wear with a nicer dress, if Poppy wants to take me on a date, or my daughter's doing this city council run, and I thought, well, if I need to go and represent for her and put on a business suit, I can't wear Crocs with that. So there's that. But other than that, I wear them almost exclusively. And I do too. I've got some platform Crocs, and I've got sandals Crocs, and I've got my good old these are my chicken shoes. These are the shoes I use to go clean the chicken coop and feed the chickens and walk through there and check eggs and all that stuff. So, but anyhow, I'm going to go ahead, I think, and get started. I, I don't know if I should remake that square or not, because honestly, I don't. Now that I look at it with that pink shoe, I don't super care for it. I've got a lot of different colors, But I kind of wanted to go more pink than not. So we'll see. I want to use a bunch of different colors. So I'm going to make another square. How do y'all like that? You think that's a good idea? Chloe, thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing this evening? Oh, well, she used a magic ring. I'm not going to do that either. I've got the pattern on backup just in case I need to do that, to refer to it. It's on my computer. Anyhow, the hook that I decided to use is a 3.75 millimeter. It's still a little rough to crochet with this 4-weight yarn, but it's working. You know what? I think I am going to have to do the magic circle. I don't even like doing magic circles, y'all. And her square, the lady that I downloaded the pattern from, the designer, her name is let me look real quick, because I definitely don't want to take the credit for this. This is not my idea, but the lady that designed this pattern, I think, had a genius idea of covering Crocs like this. Let me see. Well, she doesn't have her name in here, so let me go find it on Etsy. I did download it off of Etsy. It's goodness gracious. There we go. Purchases. Mama Stitches Store. And she also has a YouTube channel called Mama Stitches. MAMMASTITCHES. I will put a link to the store in the chat. Where's my StreamYard? There it is. Just in case you are so inclined to purchase said pattern. Hey, Jackie, how are you doing this evening? I'm doing good, but the storm that came through, it took my greenhouse and trampled. Oh, Chloe, that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry for that. That is so irritating. It was cold this morning, y'all. I was a little disappointed that it was so cold. But it's going to warm up tomorrow and then get cold again the next day, I believe. I think we're supposed to be down in the 20s. Good evening, Yankee Kyle. How are you doing this evening? It's good to see you. Look, y'all, this is a boy hook, and I'm not used to crocheting with boy. I hardly ever crochet with boy anymore. So I'm getting used to it. Isn't it funny how just the little tiny difference in the shape of the here will make a difference in the way you crochet? Oh my goodness, God's desire, that's kind of chilly. 31 degrees. This might be our last cold snap, but you know what? I don't think it will be. We're having a late Easter this year, and I am convinced that we're going to have a cold freeze right before Easter. I'm convinced of it. We always do when it's a late Easter. Doesn't make sense. That's the way Mother Nature wants to act. Oh wow, Terry, 7 inches of snow right now. Now, aren't y'all a little better prepared for that 7 inches of snow you got today than we were a few weeks ago when we got 8 inches of snow? One, two, three, four. You know what, God's desire? I am too, but I had to use this one tonight for this particular project. I don't normally work with a crochet hook this small. This is just, I don't even know where I got this hook, to be honest with you. I really don't. Um, I don't even usually buy boy hooks, but I didn't have another hook this size. Okay, I like the dark blue. Let's start there. Now I've got a magenta, a bubblegum pink, a grass green, a medium blue, and a lavender. And then I've got, you know what? I kind of like the idea of, okay, look, what about this gold color? Well, that looks stupid with pink shoe. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. These are my chicken shoes. It's not going to matter. Oh, what about that dark purple? Okay, I got this. I got this, y'all. I got this. Okay, not this one yet. I'm going to do this bright pink color for the next row. That's right. That's what I'm going to do. Because what I'm going to do for this triangle parts, I'm going to mix the colors up. As long as I keep the same color on the last row, it'll be all right. So that's where I'm going with that. I've got a cat meowing out there in the hallway. And I think it's Boots, which is my son's cat. He's probably locked out of my son's room. And my boy had a migraine today, so he came home from school and went pretty much straight to bed. Hey, Leroy Longbeard, Okaloosa County. Hot dog, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump down the street from me. I used to live in Okaloosa County, the northern end of it, which I didn't care for very much. In fact, I think we lived there for about 6 months, and I told my husband, I'm leaving. We're going back to Mississippi. Yeah, Niceville is better than where I was. Much better. Much better. But that spoiled me to wanting to go back. That's for sure. Niceville's a nice place to live. And had I had any sense, I might have said, hey, let's go from where we are and move south towards Niceville and live happily ever after. Because, gosh, he gave up an excellent job to bring me back to Mississippi. Chloe, we found the greenhouse and we can't get it back. And the trampoline and that thing is Oh, no, it snapped into pieces. Oh, wow. That must have been one heck of a storm, Chloe. Was it a tornado or just a really windy thunderstorm? Oh, you know what I need to do? I forgot to take care of some business in the back end of my YouTube channel. I want to go to my details page here. I think I've decided that I need to start getting ready for my live streams about 30 minutes before I actually do it because I always feel really pressured and run out of time. So I forget to do things that I really need to do um, to protect my channel and that. So, oh no, it's not going to let me do that. Details. There we go. Excuse me. Y'all please forgive me, but I gotta do this. I think we had a tornado because we almost had to leave. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're safe, Chloe. Honest. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I'm not able to do what I want to do. So, Terry, I'm putting you on alert. If we get any trolls or crazies in the chat, please do what you need to do. And Jane, same for you. Hey, Jane, thank you for coming in. I wasn't able to put this on subscribers only because I honestly don't know how, and I forgot how. So, Jane, if you see any trolls as well or any untoward conversation, I don't know who that is. Nope, we're not doing that today. I guess I forgot to put my phone on. Oh goodness. Okay, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. See, I'm telling you, I am so uh out of sorts tonight. And a lot of my problem is I didn't get a lot of sleep last night at all. And in fact, I got zero. I woke up at midnight. Hey, Drini, thanks for coming in tonight. And yeah, I woke up at midnight and I stayed up for a little bit, watched a couple of live streams. Mona was live last night, so I hung out in her channel a little bit. And then I got up and did some dishes. And then I decided to do another one of those little vertical live streams. And I did that for 2 hours. And I thought I was going to go to bed after that. Well, I didn't. Ended up getting up with my son and my husband. Got my husband off to work, got my son off to school, and sat here and twiddled my thumbs until I decided to do laundry. Um, and while the laundry was going, I crocheted some more granny squares for my blanket. Um, and didn't go to sleep until about, I believe it was somewhere around 2 o'clock. So I told my daughter, I said, look, I'm going to need you to cook dinner tonight. Make sure your brother eats. Make sure he does this, that, and the other. I wanted him to go out and feed the chickens and empty the dishwasher, a couple little things like that. Well, I went in there and laid down, and come to find out, my daughter woke me up at 6 o'clock and said, Mom, Murphy won't eat. He's got a migraine, and apparently he's had it since he came home from school. I said, well, where is he? And she said, he's on the couch because you told me not to let him go back to sleep. Go to sleep when he gets home. He has a bad habit of going to sleep when he gets home, and then he can't sleep at night. So I'm trying to reset his sleep schedule while having a terrible sleep schedule myself. It's kind of difficult. So today just ended up being a bust. And now I'm kind of out of sorts and tired, and but I want to get this done and see if it's going to work. And of course, it's kind of my obligation to come on here Monday nights, and I want to stand by that schedule, as closely as possible. I've made a commitment to come live on every other Saturday and on Monday nights. And that's what I intend to do. Unless I'm, sick or whatever. Of course, now Jackie, she's a trooper. She goes on there sick and everything. Don't you, Jackie? Hey, Lori's and Michelle. How are y'all doing this evening? I so appreciate y'all coming in and joining us. Since we have some new folks in the chat, or stragglers, what I'm doing is making granny square crochet covers to put over my Crocs to kind of save them, give them a little bit more life before I have to throw them out. They're fine. I mean, they've been beat up by the cats and stained, and you know. Are you serious? Did I really do that? Oh, to heck with it. Let's see. So on this pattern, the designer designed it with 5 rows. And that last square I made is only 4 rows. And I think that's going to be the size I need, because I'm using a 3.75 millimeter hook instead of 2.5 like she intended. The great part of this is, though, that when it comes time to weave these ends, I'm not going to have to do such a thorough job. Okay, now my last color, I think, is going to be this magenta. Yeah. So how was everybody's day today? Did you have a good weekend? Did you get any projects done? Did you do something exciting? Because Lord knows there's nothing exciting going on in this house. Thank God. I had learned a long time ago that boring is a great thing. Oh, there we go. Nicole said no. She said no what? No, boring's not a great thing. I will say that my son, this is an exciting week for us. Um, my son gets to go back to the regular high school this week. Oh, that's right. She did fall and break her wrist. Nicole, I hope you're feeling better. I sure hope you heal up real soon too. Um, oh, Dreeny, that's wonderful that you're almost done with that throw. You know, I've wanted to try the mosaic crocheting, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think you can teach this old dog new tricks. It looks complicated and confusing, and I admire anybody who can do it, but I think it would make me absolutely crazy. Felicia, how are you, my dear? Welcome in. Thank you for coming to visit us this evening. I haven't seen you in so long, my dear. Um, anyhow, he's going to get to go back to the regular school, and hopefully he will act right from here on out, and he's learned a lesson, and we won't have to be bothered with this disciplinary stuff anymore. You think I can do it? If there's not a whole lot of tails, and I probably could. But the ones that I've always seen have so many different colors, and it just looks really, really confusing. Okay, good, good. Okay. So I think this square looks a whole lot better than the first one I started off with, and I'll show you that in a second. I'll put them up side by side so y'all can tell me what you think. Well, yeah, you can weave in as you go. Yeah. You can teach anyone who's interested. All right, Dreeny. I'm gonna go check it out. Don't you do it on your channel? Um, mm-hmm. That's what she does, is weave the ends in as she goes. Well, as you can see, that is not my habit. OVW has a video. That's how I learned. Okay, okay. Excuse me. Y'all, okay, so I woke up this morning. That's not true. I didn't go to sleep this morning. I'm lying to you. I was laying in my bed about to go to sleep this morning, and my daughter calls me. Unusual, because she doesn't usually breathe before 10 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Jazz, how are you doing this evening? Thanks for joining us tonight. So anyhow, she calls me up. I said, hey, what you doing? And she wanted to tell me a little bit of family gossip, because that's what we do. And I asked her if she was going to go to work today, and she said, no, I had to take the day off. How come? Well, Oliver's sick. That's her son, my grandson. So I said, what's wrong with him? She said, I believe he's got an ear infection. Well, she went to give him some medicine, and you know how little boys are, 4-year-olds are. Thank you so much, Jane, for dropping her link. I appreciate that. Um, okay. I'm going to get back to my story in a minute. Okay, I got to get some more light on that. There's the blue, pink, green, and pink. And then here is the one that I don't like so much. Which one you like better? And you don't have to pick the one that I don't like. I mean, you don't have to pick the one I like better. This is navy blue in the center, not black. Let's see if I can get it up closer. There. I think you can see that better. And then this, of course, is a medium blue instead of navy. And then this little light color is a pale, pale lavender. Okay, Jackie likes the pink. I do too. And I think that it will go better with the pink Crocs versus this. Yeah. Okay, I got this. Now, I need to go learn how she wants to make a triangle. So I'm going to have to open my... Oh, there it is. I got a tab pulled up already. Okay, so let's see where we're at. I'm on the last page. I'm not done yet. Okay. Where is side triangle? Wait a minute. Is there a small one and a large one? Yes, there is. So I'm going to be doing the big triangle first. And I think I'm going to be leaving a row off just like I did with this one. And then if I need to add one, I will. But for right now, I'm going to start with the 4 rows because if I put the toe here, and you have to stay above the dots that are around the edge of the Crocs. So it's already within that those parameters between these dots and the dots down here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let me see. What should I do next? I think I will put the green in the center this time. And I might even throw in another color on top of the colors I already have. So let's do this. Okay, she wants me to 4 double crochets. And then she wants me to chain. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I don't have no sense. They want me to magic circle. And then 4 double crochets. Okay. There's 1 double crochet. Ah. This little tiny hook wants to split this yarn so badly. 3, 4. And then it says chain 2. And then 4 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I guess I'm doing that. Okay, so that's like a half of a... Okay, good. Now, round 2. Going to... What color should we use, guys? How about that navy color? Where is it? There it is. That's exactly how I'm going to do it. Okay. Let me get back to my studio here so I can see your comments. Low tonight and tomorrow is 29 at Jackie's house. At Terry's house, the high is 1 degree tomorrow. Terry, you ready to come down south yet? Okay, Dreeny, feel free to lurk. We won't bother you no more. Oh, fiddlesticks. This might have been a little easier if I would have changed my color before I ended that last double crochet. Okay. Um, Sweetheart, I don't have Nightbot on this channel. Hey, Mona, how are you doing this evening? Let's see, row 2, I have to 3 double crochet in the first stitch. Really? First stitch. Well, let's 3 double crochet in the first stitch. See what happens. Two, 3, and then chain 2, make my corner right here, 2 double crochets, chain 2. Y'all, I'm looking at the pattern right now, so I can't see the chat just yet, but I'll go back and look in a second. 2, 3, 4, and then chain 2 and 4 double crochet in the last stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to fasten that off. Now, here is my idea. Tell me what you think. I'm thinking about putting that gold color next to the blue and then putting the bright pink around the outside edge. What do y'all think? Just to give it a little bit of, or I could use a bright yellow. I've got a bright yellow here too. I've got this yellow. Or this yellow. Hmm. I, I, I think I like the bright yellow better. Mona, I am making a crocheted granny square cover for my Crocs. Yeah! How cool is that? I saw it on Etsy and I had to get it. Yeah, I think this is too dull and it will just dull down the whole look. So I think I'm going to use the bright yellow. Because yellow is nice and springy and beautiful and makes me happy. Oh, this is kind of, let's see. I think so too. I think so too. Mona, great minds think alike, dear. And I want mine for it to stand out a little bit. I think, these are my chicken shoes, but if I get them looking pretty with this crocheted cover on it, I might go ahead and wear them out and about. You never know. I'm liable to do that. I do. I already know that, don't I? Oh, you had the day off today. That's wonderful, Jazz. You know, my husband Ann had to go to work, and my kids both had school. And but that being said, down here where I live, Mardi Gras takes precedence over everything. And what I believe is that because we get a week off for Mardi Gras, they decided to forego the President's Day holiday so that they could, add days to that. Because of when my daughter first started school here in kindergarten, we only got like 2 days for Mardi Gras. And now, for whatever reason, we get a whole week. A whole week. And then the very next month, they get another week for spring break. It's crazy how much time off these kids get here. Of course, they do start school very, very early. Let me look at my pattern again. I don't want to get too distracted. Okay. Row 3, 3 double crochet in the first stitch. And then chain 2, 3 double, wait a minute, 3 double crochet in the chain 2 space. Oh, okay, got it. So just like a granny square, duh. So 3 here. Well, huh. I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. It doesn't say it on the pattern, but it did on the row before. So here we are. This pattern is not the easiest pattern I've ever read. Now, does it make a square? Yes. But if you don't know how to make a granny square and you read this pattern, you're going to wonder what the heck is going on in this pattern. And I hate to say that because it really does. It makes what it says it makes. But like I said, it's a little difficult to read. Okay, 4 double crochet in the last stitch. Well, that's odd. I wonder why. Because the first stitch had 3. Okay. If that's how you want to play it, we'll play it that way. Three. And 4. And change color one more time. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the bright pink or the magenta color, fuchsia, whatever. And repeat row 3, chain 1, finish off. Really? Repeat row 3. Okay. I can do that. Hey, Jessica. Who needs to go to Mardi Gras? St. Louis has the second biggest celebration in the U.S. I would love to host everyone. Let's party, eat, and crochet. Hey, you know what? If I could escape Mardi Gras here, that's exactly where I'd go. Um, you're on your way, Jesse. Um, Mardi Gras should be a life destination. Gotta visit. Haven't been either. Well, there's Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and then there is Mardi Gras along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And then, of course, there is Mardi Gras in Mobile, and there is also Mardi Gras in Pensacola, Florida. Those are the only places that I know that have the parades and all of that. But I will be honest with you, I don't care for Mardi Gras parades and all of that business because it makes me feel like I'm the only sober person in a room full of drunks. And that's the truth. Um, I don't like being that person. Okay, just say it. Um, and people get crazy at Mardi Gras. They pushing kids out of the way and stepping on them, and I know and here in Mississippi, you can bring kids to a Mardi Gras parade. If I were in New Orleans, there is no way on God's green earth I would ever take a child in that environment. Um, but here, there are some family friendly parades, and the town that I live in happens to be one of those towns that has family friendly parades. Now, there's one town real close to here. Everybody knows you don't take your children, and there's going to be a shooting, and it's it's a little bit crazy in that town. And New Orleans, somebody inevitably every stinking year, somebody gets a little too much to drink, and they think that they can run across the street in between the floats, and they get run over by a float every year, it seems. So there's that. But it can be fun. It can be. I've been to a couple of the parades. In fact, my brother, who used to live in Pensacola, he now lives in Georgia near my dad, but he joined a crew when he lived in Pensacola. So now ever so often they travel back and forth to Pensacola so they can participate in the fundraising and all of the things that you do when you're a member of a crew. They have balls and they have dress up events, and they are I forget the name of their crew, but it has to do with pirates. And all of the men dress up as pirates and do all the parades and all of that stuff. So it's a lot of fun for them. And here now, my daughter, the one that's running for the city council, she was just invited to a Mardi Gras ball, and she went shopping for a dress. So last night she called me up and said, "Hey, y'all want to come over and have some hamburgers for dinner?" And I said, "Sure," because they were putting them on the grill. And so I went over. She goes, "You want to see my dress?" And of course I did. So she showed me her dress, and it's absolutely stunning. Stunning dress. Okay, look here, y'all. I've got the big triangle done. What I want to do now is take a little bit of an intermission from crocheting and weave in some of these ends so they're not in my way. But she's very excited to be able to be going to the Mardi Gras ball because that's the first one that she's ever attended. I've never attended one. But a lot of those balls are full of the old money in this town, and they can get quite extravagant. Sure, we could go together, Mona. I don't like to drink either. But now I'm not taking you to New Orleans. No, ma'am. We go right here in Long Beach or to the town next door that has a real fun parade. We'd have to leave the boy at home. They get naked over there in them parades, showing all their business to everybody. Again, not child friendly. Of course, my son would probably enjoy that a lot now that he's 16, but I'm not going to contribute to his delinquency. And I'm not going to go girlfriend shopping for him either. So I'll tell you what I will do. I was just talking to Poppy about this the other day. Um, I said, we haven't been to a Mardi Gras parade in a long time. So how about this year we go down there and film it? And I can do one of those vertical live streams, and then it won't matter if there's music on it, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check that out. But all of those floats play music on the floats. They're all dancing and carrying on and throwing beads at everybody and stuffed animals and candy and drinking and spilling their beer on each other, and it's real funny. But they're all dressed up in their costumes, and I thought it would be fun to film it. And you know what? I just won't monetize the thing. I don't need to do that. And maybe it won't matter if I put music up there. If it's not monetized and I'm not making money, then why would anybody else care, right? Like, the people who wrote the songs or what have you. I'm not sure how that works. Does anybody know? But it's loud. I mean, it gets really loud down there. It can be a good time, Terry, as long as you don't run into some bozo that's being obnoxious. And there's a lot of those too. Maybe I'm just getting old and I don't care for the crowds. I used to do better in crowds when I was younger. I mean, who doesn't love the happiest place on earth? And I don't even like to go to Disney because of the crowd. And now y'all think I'm a great big old party pooper, don't you? Okay, well, this isn't taking near as long as I thought it was going to. And I'm having kind of a good time doing it. Now, all I have left to make for this particular shoe is the small triangle. Look at there. Well, that's cute. Let's see. That am I going to have to stretch it? Let's see how it's going to fit. Okay, so that's the large. Oh, well, no, maybe not. Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, it goes that way. Okay. Hmm. That looks kind of big, don't it? Okay, let's see what they want me to do with the little triangle. I got to unplug this heater, y'all. I'm hot. There. Okay. The small triangle. You know what, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't make it 1 row shorter. Well, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Fiddlesticks. How about this? There. Maybe I should just leave the outside yellow. Hmm. That's why it didn't fit, because I added that extra row. Mm-mm. We'll see how it works out. I might have to sew them together and then put 1 row around. We'll see how that goes. All right, the small triangle is going to have, let's see, should I make it the same as the big triangle? Well, hi, Dolly. Now, where is everybody going to learn to crochet for free, Dolly? So, what do y'all think? Should I make the small one the same, or should I make it more pink? I probably should make it the same, but I'm not super happy with it. So I think I'm going to take that yellow row off and make it a pink row because I think that'll be prettier. Kind of disappointed that I can't use the yellow. I really wanted to. I think most folks in this chat already know how to crochet, except for, of course, Terry. Terry, you going to learn to crochet with us? Am I going to have to do a special tutorial? Yeah, I think the pink will too, Jackie. I think so too. So that's what I'm about to do. What I'll do is just go ahead and make the small one and then come back and do that at the end. Because I'm interested to see how it's all going to come together. Because right now it looks like it may come together and it may not. You gonna stick with your model cars? I bet you do a fine job making model cars. You know, Poppy likes to do that too. Poppy loves doing model cars, any kind of models, airplanes, you name it. Okay. Hmm. Oh, I didn't go back to my story about my daughter and calling me this morning. Basically, she was giving him his medicine to get his fever down, and he started puking in her bed. And it's not funny. It was her reaction that was funny. She starts hollering, "Oh no! Oh no! Don't puke in my bed! Not my bed!" I said, "Oh no!" And I said, "Look, I need to let you go so you can tend to him." She goes, "Mama, just go on ahead and hang up because I can't even get to my phone right now." I said, "All right." So I hung up. Well, she ended up taking him to the doctor at 1:45 this afternoon. And bless his little heart, he's got the flu for the second time this season. One time it was the flu part A, and this time it's the flu number B. I don't know the difference, but it's two different strains, and he's unfortunately collected both of them. And I felt so bad for him and for her. And you know, there ain't a whole lot you can do for the flu except maybe, well, Tamiflu. But I don't even know if he's old enough for Tamiflu or not. Um, I'm gonna go back over here to my uh instruction manual, my directions. Chain two, okay, magic. It's so much instinct for me to make a slip knot, y'all. Okay, now, so now we're going to 4 double crochets, same as the first triangle. 2, 3, 4. Oh, just read a little further down. Well, this one's only going to be 2 rows, I guess, which is okay. I'll just put pink on the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then okay. Make that fan out just a little bit. Weave in that end. Got to come back here and look at my chat. Charlotte, I got to give you crap on that, but when did B because, well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, letter. Letter, letter, letter. Are you happy now, Terry? I fixed it for you. Okay. And one more here. I know you were. I know. I was letting my southern peek out just a little bit there, wasn't I? So, do y'all remember, for any of you who were here on my Saturday Night Live stream, I was telling y'all, well, the whole live stream, most of it was about how no house is big enough for two women. Hot flashes, go, yes, go away, hot flashes. You're terrible. So, and I told y'all my daughter was out of town the weekend, and I had this epiphany that what my grandma used to say is true, that there is no house big enough for two women. And I had that epiphany back when my other girls were growing up, but I had forgotten it. And this weekend, it dawned on me that, good Lord, it's peaceful around here. What's going on? Well, she came home today, and we had a little discussion about it it wasn't a bad thing. We were just talking. And I was telling her about how she's almost 20 years old now, and I don't care if she lives here as long as she wants to. Um, but eventually she's going to want to leave. And she said, "No, I won't." Well, she's going off to college in a year. Well, a year and a few months. Going off to the university. She's in college, but she's in the community college right now. And she said, "Well, what was she going to do when she gets out of college?" I said, "Well, what you're going to do is you're going to have a degree and you're going to go find a job, and then you're going to pay your own bills." She didn't like that idea at all. Can you relate? I can. I can. I can relate. Um, let's see. I'm going to go verify that I'm doing the right thing here. 3 double crochets in the first stitch. Okay. That's 3. Shh. Make my corner. So I'm making my corner. And then I'm going to assume 4 in the last. Yes. Okay. I do not like this hook at all. Have I said that yet? I think I have. 1, 2, 3, and 4. She just came home from the gym, and she's in there talking to her cat like the cat's a grown woman and laughing her fanny off. That is funny. Terry, you get hot flashes too? They're miserable. I know that. Actually, I don't get them so much anymore. Uh, I used to get them during the day. I don't get them during the day anymore. You had 6 sisters? Your poor mother. Um, my 2 oldest kids, 2 oldest daughters, they left home many, many years ago. So this is a new experience all over again. Yes, I do. If I don't take my testosterone on time. Oh, I see. I see. Um, it's exciting though. I think it's exciting to watch her grow up and to spread her wings. I like it. And I like the fact that when she's gone, I'm going to have the most amazing indoor she shed you've ever seen in your life. I've been dreaming of this room since my oldest daughter was in about 10 years old. So it's it's going to be glorious. Just glorious. Okay, let's cut that because I don't feel like finding the knot. I don't even know if I'm on the right end or not, but we will see in a minute. Fiddlesticks. Thank God for fingernails, y'all. Maybe. Okay, got it. Phew. Oh, I think I'm headed the wrong direction. I am. Wrong direction. Blech. Violet, you're making me gag in here.
Huh?
You're making me gag in here.
I love you.
Blech.
Hey mom, guess what?
What?
I hit 250 on my angled leg presses.
That's amazing, sweetheart. I'm so happy for you.
I know. I think I just needed a rest day because today I was hitting that. Like when I was doing my core, my crunches, I was doing 145 on there. So like my body weight plus 145.
Wow. You're getting stronger.
Yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow morning at like literally that butt crack of dawn, I have to go do arm day, which is gonna make me actually miserable.
Are you sure you want to do that tomorrow?
Before I go to school because I don't have more energy for the day.
Okay, then.
But I was able to go up an extra like 10 to 20 pounds on every workout I did today.
You need to be careful and take things slowly. There's no sense in overdoing it and injuring yourself.
It felt weaker. Like it
Okay. I'm just saying.
like those lower weights didn't feel, I don't know. The only one that I haven't been able to up my weight on is, you know, the ones where you're like down like this and you're doing the glutes with that one takes me out every single time. Like I can only do 38 extra pounds on that. That kills me.
Okay.
But everything else I can do like in the 100s. Like I did 210 on some pressured leg presses where you use your whole body instead of just angles.
Yes,
Fully
do. Okay.
It's freaking awesome.
Well, I'm doing a live stream right now.
Okay.
I'm happy for you, but make yourself scarce.
Well, look what I have.
What do you have? Well, put him in his room. He's been crying all evening, trying to get in there to his daddy.
I want my dad.
He probably does. Okay, so I need to do 3. He is. That's a she. That's my daughter talking about leg pressing. How much?
250.
250. 250 pounds.
Plus my own body weight.
Plus, well, apparently her own body weight. I don't. She's big.
Ooh.
The cat knocked over a plate.
That's only an extra 130, but I'm only 130 now, Mom.
I know.
Anyways, yeah.
I'm doing a live stream, honey. I really need you to make yourself scarce. See what I mean about that house shrinking?
What? Hey,
You see me? Good. Well, thank you. Hey, she's putting dinner away. I didn't even have to ask.
yeah, and I also turn off the stove.
That's a beautiful thing, darling. I love you for it.
love me regardless.
I do. I do love you for it. And I mean, I do love you regardless.
Right. Right.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the last thing.
Thank you. What's the last thing?
Feel.
I see them.
Feel 'em.
You've got calluses. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm getting strong.
Okay. You know, you had calluses like that when you played the marimba, too.
Yeah, well, this is from lifting weights.
Yes, it is.
Look.
Get out of here. Go away. Goodness gracious, y'all. Okay, so I got to make sure I did it right before I stop and go on to the next steps. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet in the last stitch. Okay, I did it right. Well, for the most part. Okay, let's see how this is going to work out. Guess I ought to weave it in again. That one's, I crocheted over that. Just got to weave this one in. Why is my table squeaking? It never does that. Okay. I guess it does now. Okay. Yeah, she's very excited. Felicia, she has started going to the gym and working out, and she's on after she got diagnosed with that arthritic condition. They gave her some medicine that has really helped her tremendously, and she can move now without hurting. And so she started going to the gym and working out, and she's lost. And now she wasn't too much overweight to start with.
I started at 173, now I'm 130.
Okay, she started at 173 and now she's at 130. And she looks like she's about to blow away. And I'm a little worried for her. But she's strong and she's got some muscles and she definitely has a waist. And some of her old clothes that she had grown out of, she can get back in them now, and she's pretty tickled about it. Okay, yeah. They're falling off of you. Okay, so the next step that I have to do here is kick her out and then attach the patches together. Before proceeding with sewing your patches together, weave in the ends. Well, I did that. Okay, take your pins. Hey, V.
Yeah.
I do, but would you do me a favor and go in Dad's dresser and
get you some sewing needles?
Yeah, not needles. I need pins.
Okay.
Yeah, sewing pins. I did not realize I was gonna need that. Okay. I'll leave my patches. So what this lady does, excuse me, is she puts her patches on the crock and then pins them down and leaves them for 24 hours. And apparently what that does is it blocks the patches. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're just going to sew them all together and then pin it. And then maybe tomorrow I will sew it on the thing, the shoe, the actual shoe. That's probably a good idea. Okay. It says your patches are not all the same lengths and sizes, so you'll have to eyeball where your stitches are going. When weaving some of the two patches together, you may need to skip a stitch or space along on the longer patch to make sure they line up at the top point. Okay. She used a mattress stitch to give it a cleaner look. You can use any method you'd like. Huh. Okay. So you start at the bottom of the big triangle. Here's the big triangle. Well, where's the bottom? Okay, down here. Right there. Oh, well, she wasn't kidding. It's definitely different sized. So
Alright,
it'll.
dog, I'm gonna be real with you. I couldn't find a sewing pin, so I just brought you all the sewing stuff, and I snooped through all those drawers.
Okay, dear.
There might be some in there, actually.
In here?
Yeah.
Will you look?
Yeah.
I don't think there are any in here, but if you'd look, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I will have to stretch that. So let's do this. I'm not a mattress stitch expert. I wish I were. I know it's easy, but whoo.
Non-applicable.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more needles though.
Don't worry about it. Well, those might work.
Yeah.
I know I bought some.
I know you bought some because I remember wanting to steal them, but I didn't.
Start at the bottom of the triangle. Go down into the first stitch. Okay. And then what? Up into the next stitch. What? Where's this? Okay, there it is. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what, Jackie? I am too. Well, no, it wasn't a short amount of time. It hasn't been that, because she was losing even before that, because she was going to the gym and swimming, and she was also eating better. So it's been probably over the course of the end of last summer. About the end of last summer is when it really started to drop off. But that's also when she started eating better too, and not eating like a 6-year-old, nothing but chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and ramen noodles. Now she eats real food, and like tonight she made chicken tacos, and instead of eating the tortilla, she put hers on the salad. I was so proud of her. So what she did was she put her romaine lettuce down, did her chicken, threw some cheese on it. I had some pico de gallo, and she threw that on there. I had some guac, and she put that on there. So she's doing good. Oh no, not just since a couple months ago. I see where you would get that impression, though. Truly, now going to the gym and doing the actual weights and stuff, that started a couple of months ago. Jackie, I'm so confused because I don't think I know how to do this mattress stitch. But it's okay. I got a link here, and I'm going to click on that and see if they can show me how in a jiffy. Oh, crud. It's a YouTube video. I can't do that. I'm not doing that. Well, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to do the best I can. Do I go on the inside of this stitch And then the inside of this stitch. Let me get this shoe out of the way. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to skip. Where is the stitch? This one, and then this one. Well, now that's odd, y'all, because on this one she said to put 2 stitches between, and on this one only 1 stitch between the 3. Oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to make it happen. Um, okay. There we go. Nope. That way. And then that way. Jackie, I think I might be going the wrong direction. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to stress over it. I'm just going to put them together and see how it works out. I mean, they'll be stuck together. That's what matters. Okay. So, oh, look, it is going to work out. Okay. Well, this looks more like a whip stitch. Oh, fiddlesticks. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the inside of the stitches because that made sense. Okay. So let me make sure that I am in the right spot. Okay. That one's in the right spot. So let's just weave them in and first what I'm going to do is lock it up a little bit. Now I can weave it in. These stitches are so tight with that little tiny crochet hook that it's not exactly the way I'm used to working with yarn. That's okay, because you know what? Something new keeps you on your toes. Or at least it does me. Well, there it is. At least I've got the wrong side next to the wrong side. That's a good thing. I started to get concerned there for a second that I had messed up and stuck the wrong side to the right side. Y'all, I'm gonna make these shoes last longer if it's the last thing I do. And I hope it's not the last thing I do, just so you know. Okay, so there's that one. And then let me see where I put the other one. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Here. Is it here? No. Are you serious right now? Hang on. Y'all, I put it on the wrong side. I should have put it on this side. That's okay. There's another shoe. It'll be all right, right? It'll be. Let me go get the other shoe. Where is it? Right here behind me. Oh gosh, it's so dirty though. I'll be right back. I will be right back. I'm going to wash it off a little bit and dry it. It'll take me 5 seconds, maybe 10. Okay. Okay, so I didn't do the best washing job on this one, but this one is actually in worse shape than the other Croc as far as stains and just general worn out. And I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I'm right-footed. Who knows? Um, but there now, using the right foot, get that in there. That is how it should go. No, that's not how it should go. Well, y'all, I might have just really royally messed up. So, you got the big one on the right side and the little one on the left side, right? Okay. That don't look right, but how in the okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is add another row to this. And that's unfortunate. Crud. Okay, so she's got, let me show y'all what's going on here. I can do a screen share. And these are her pictures, y'all. And I'm hoping, have you tried upside down? And I'm going to in a minute. Uh, Terry. But let's see. Okay, let me make it big. Where is it? What just happened? Present. Here it is. No, 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 that's not what I wanted to do. Add to stage. There. Okay. Um, the way this looks, the two small ones go on the inside, right? Oh my goodness, look, it is going to work. Okay. Okay. Okay, it looks like it's supposed to now in my head. Okay. So the next time I will put the big one on the other side, and that will be for the left shoe. Oh boy. But this is awfully tiny. Are you believing that? I don't even care at this point. I'm just gonna go with it for right now. How the devil and I'm gonna make that stretch out to that end? There is no way. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm making another one because that is not right. There's no way that's gonna fit there. And that's okay. So let me get rid of that. And get me, wait a minute, little there. Okay. Start all over again on the baby triangle. Y'all, I'm going to have to turn on some intermission music for y'all. And I'm going to have to run to the ladies' room in about less than 3 minutes. So, 3 and 4. I did tell y'all that I've never done this pattern before, right? Because I'm feeling really dumb about right now. Okay. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Where's my what is going on here? Search. That's it. Okay. Seriously. Just consider this an intermission, ladies, gentlemen. It's not going to work. If I turn the music on, we're going to get that screeching sound. I'm just going to run in there and run back out, okay? I'll be right back. Guess I'll give y'all something to look at. Where's the other one? Okay, let's get this show back on the road. Get rid of that. There we go. Hey, Rudy. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's do this green one over. I'm going to pull that tight. And there's an itty bitty. Okay. Look at all those. There. I'll just put that in a couple of little spots. There. And that'll be fine. Look, y'all, Violet's got herself a new little boyfriend who lives in Mobile. and she spent the weekend. It's not really a new boyfriend. She's had him for about 3 months. Often, I think they started getting a little more serious about 2 weeks ago. So she went and spent the weekend in Pensacola with him and a couple of friends. And she is in that bedroom right now, giggling her silly head off. And it's so funny because I'm sitting, I don't know if y'all can hear her or not, but she's giggling like a schoolgirl. And it's so funny to me. Okay, so green, blue, and okay, I got this. Dropped my blue. I really did want to do that yellow, but oh well. It's still going to turn out all right, I think. Okay, now it tells me I think to do 3 in the first stitch. Where's that small one? Okay. Yeah, 3 in the first stitch. Two and 3, and then chain 2, make my corner. Okay. And then 4 in the final stitch. Okay. And I think this time I'm gonna, if I can remember, finish it off on the last, or change colors on the last double crochet. 3 and 4. And then pink. Y'all, it seems like I've got colors vomiting all over my table here. It's a rainbow explosion. Okay, and then chain 1, turn, 3 in the first, 3 in the first, and then chain 2, 3 in the next, 2, 3, chain 2, make my corner right here, 2, chain 2. That is Boots whining because he can't get in his daddy's room. Hmm. And now I'm torn because I don't know if I should let him in there and risk him waking my son up. No, I'm not going to do that. He can just whine. That boy needs sleep. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4, okay. Let's do this. Let's see how that works. Tie these two together. Okay. I think that's going to work better. It might look off because they're both the same size, but I don't think it's going to matter that much once it gets on the shoe. Won't matter. Because from what it looks like on the pattern, she's pulling and stretching and pinning everything to make it fit, which is what I'm going to be doing with this as it sits, so it won't be any different than what she's done on her pattern. I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to turn out and terrified at the same time. Terrified. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's just yarn, right? Just yarn. And it's going to be hilarious if I totally mess it up and I'll have everybody cackling at me. Look at this old lady. Claims she's been crocheting her whole life. Blah, blah. Can't even crochet a croc. Excuse me. You know, I was over at my daughter's house just last night, smooching on that sick boy. Y'all pray for me. I think I might need to buy some fire cider from Robin. Stop screen. There we go. Okay. Now, let's sew these together because I'm ready. And go back and look at my picture. Well, I don't need to do that. Just okay. Let's go here. No. Yes. That's how it's done. Mm. 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 There. Good night, Terry. Tell Nicole I'll be thinking about her, okay? There we go. So, hmm, let's do this last stitch here, and then start on the next side, maybe. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. No, 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 no. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my picture again. Okay. Well, okay, well, I should have looked at it the first time instead of now. Just out of curiosity, I would like to know if this is an odd question, okay? But I'd like to know if anybody remembers the last victim of Ted Bundy. Does anybody know who that was? And I'll tell you why I'm asking um, after I find out the consensus. So, what I did wrong on this, let me show you. is I didn't line up the appropriate corners. So it should have looked like that, I believe. Let me check one more time. Arrows, yes. Okay. Well, for those of you who don't remember, I had some friends who did an interview on the news the other day because it was the anniversary of her passing. And these friends went to school with her on the day that she was taken from the school. Her name was Kimberly Diane Leach. And she was a 12-year-old little girl who went to a middle school in Lake City, Florida. And he happened to see this. I don't know why he was walking around in a schoolyard, this criminal, but he was. And he went up to one of the hallway doors. You know, they had hallways and big, heavy doors at the end, banging on the door, asking to be let in. Well, she happened to be out in the hallway because she had forgotten her purse and walked back to the classroom that she'd just been in to get her purse. She saw him banging on the door and thought she would let him in, and he snatched her. And she was his last victim, who was found a few months later in, not really great condition. She was deceased, and she had been hidden in a basically a pig pen. And the people that did this news interview a couple weeks ago, they are friends of mine on Facebook because I also went to that school. Well, that's not true. I went to school with these ladies 2 years after the kidnapping of that young girl. I never knew her, but they did, and their lives changed tremendously because of that horrible, horrible monster. And I saw the interview on the news today. They sent it to me in the link. They sent me the link in an email, and it was very touching. They all gathered at her gravesite and said some really nice words, and talked about what a wonderful friend she was, even though she was only 12 years old. They were only 12 too. So all they know is what they remember, and to them that was their best friend, and always and forevermore will be their best friend. And they were all discussing the what ifs, what would she be now had she lived and not been duped by that maniac. But Kimberly Diane Leach was supposed to graduate in the same graduating class as me at the same high school as me. And I just thought that was an interesting little commentary tonight in honor of the last victim that nobody really remembers. The news didn't really, after the fact, they didn't put her name out much because she was a minor, and she was her parents were having to deal with that trauma and grief. So they just never really, nowadays, it was different back then. Everything was different back then, but nowadays they just ping on things over and over. If some tragedy happens, there's a news reporter on the parents' front door 5 minutes after they find out that they've lost a child or something, and it's kind of gross, really. Um, but I thought about that when I saw the news reel today. I thought about how it affected the community that I later called home and the friends that I grew up with after that point. And the funny thing about it is those kids grew up, and the ones that remained in that little town are all very, very close to each other still. And I think it changed them. I think that's one of the reasons that I have such fond memories of the high school that I went to, because everybody was so nice to each other, for the most part. I mean, there were problems like there is everywhere else, but for the most part, people were so kind, and it was like one great big family. Now, I graduated with about, I believe it was 400 and some other seniors. It was a large school. The high school was. The middle school was not, but the high school was. Um, it was a county high school, so every kid in the county went to that school. Um, since then, they've built, I think, 2 more high schools in that town. So it's not quite the intimate community that it once was. It's grown so much. But, the proximity, Ted Bundy's mostly known for his crimes against college students, at FSU, which was in Tallahassee, is in Tallahassee. And Tallahassee is not far from the small town that I grew up in. And I think he just was an opportunist who was traveling through town and used it as an opportunity to wreak havoc. Okay, y'all, I don't have any straight pins, so what I'm gonna do is start pinning this with safety pins. I'm just sticking them in. I'm basically using them as straight pins. Um, let's see. I'm gonna have to refer back to the picture a little bit and see how it's supposed to be. I wonder, honest. Okay, here's what I'm gonna start along the bottom, and then the bottom edge, go around that way, and then go up the top edge. Well, y'all, I'm about half tempted to deem this pattern a failure. It's not the pattern's fault, it's mine. It has to be. Um, it's saying to use this bottom line of the beading, But I may end up having to use the top because I guess because I used the, uh the wrong size hook, but I just couldn't crochet this 4-weight yarn with that 2.5 millimeter hook. Or, well, it wasn't 2.5. What was it? It was 2.25. That's the only one I had. And they're steel hooks, and steel hooks are tough. This is a 3.5 millimeter. This is a 1.9, and then I've got this. Where's the other one? Here it is. This is the one I tried to use. It's yeah, 2.25 millimeter. Look at that. See that? It's very difficult to work with. So I thought I'd make it easier on myself, but I'm not sure I've done that, to be honest. Just not I don't know if I have or not. Let's do it this way. Now, she sews this onto the crock after she gets it all pinned and blocked, I guess she calls it blocked. Um, so what I think I'll do is pin it on here, get it looking like it's supposed to. I wish she had some better pictures of how to uh, pin this up here. That's the thing that's throwing me for the loop. One great thing about these Crocs, though, it's really easy to stick these pins in. Um, you're blocking. Yes, yes, that's correct. And what I thought I would do is spray it with, spray it with some water and let it sit overnight before I actually sew it to the shoe. And that way it would block to the shoe. Okay. Oh, well, look, I don't think that's going to be terrible at all. Oh, look at there. Okay. I just had to start from the right end. Thank you, God's desire. I'm Even if it doesn't turn out perfectly, I'm okay with that. Um I just wanted something to make these last a little longer, make them not quite as ugly as they were. See, now it's coming there. Okay. Kitty, kitty, hush, hush. Did your daddy forget to feed you? I'll take care of you in just a few minutes, okay? Oh, well, would you look at that? Um, it's a little loose over here, probably because I added that third row, but I didn't really think that 2 rows were enough. But that's okay. I'm good with that. I can wet it down, let it mold up here to this shoe, and then pull it around. I can mess with a little more and uh, I can't hardly get over this. Um, what a really clever way to cover these Crocs. As difficult as that pattern was to read, to do it was simple. To read it was a little difficult. Um, I'm really surprised that it has turned out to be pretty simple. Hmm. Okay. Well, now let's see what happens when I do this. Look at there. You can't even tell that it went up a little higher on these sides when you put the croc band over it. Look at that. I am tickled to death with this. And I think the colors kind of complement the shoe. I am super happy with that. Now I just have to make another one, and I'll do that when I wake up tomorrow because, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I think I'm going to go to bed earlier than I have in weeks and get myself some good sleep. So, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I've had a great time, and I will go ahead and one more time post the pattern uh, at the Etsy shop where I purchased it. The YouTube channel is named Mama Stitches. That's all run together. MAMMAST all together. MAMMA. Um, but you'll see it when you get to her shop if you want to purchase that. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and thank you so much for joining me and keeping me company while I kind of struggled a little bit with that pattern. So I will see y'all again next Monday night. I will be doing a live stream with Grumpus on Fire on his channel on Saturday. And I'm probably going to do a couple of pop-up vertical live streams tomorrow and Wednesday afternoon. One of those afternoons for sure. Okay? Y'all have a good evening. Take care, and I'll see you again real soon. All right?